Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you these new custom tactics for the 5-2-1-2 formation in FIFA 21. So it's another 5 at the back formation. Post-patch, it does seem to work really well. Wasn't as great at the start of FIFA, but now since the patch came out, it just seems to be much better as the game has gone along. And yeah, I have tried this formation out myself. I do normally play 4 at the back, but I did try the other 5 at the back and it did really work. I don't think it would work as well as it did, but it did really work really well. So before I show you the tactics and put them in here, I'm just going to say, if you're not already subscribed, it really helps me out. It's greatly appreciated if you can subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, really helps me out and stuff like that. I'm going to get straight into the tactics now. For the defensive style, I keep on balanced, as I think that's the best for every formation. I don't really change it too much. I feel like the others waste too much energy, players' energy, stuff like that. I prefer balance, to be honest. Width, I do keep on 5, as it is 5 at the back. You don't want to change it too much. The point of it is to be quite wide, and it won't change the back too much as well. I just keep the width on 5 for now. The depth I also put on 4 to 6, depending on how comfortable you feel defending. Personally, I use 5. If you're more comfortable defending, use 6. If you're less comfortable defending, use 4. Personally, I use 5. Offensive style, I think this formation perfectly works best with fast build-up. Long ball can be alright, as the fullbacks are quite wide and sort of like wing backs. But I think fast build-up works much better due to that shape in the middle. It's sort of like that pentagon sort of 5-man shape you can see with the midfielders here. You can see the 2 strikers up front, the sort of cam position, and the 2 centre mids or CTMs sort of here. This sort of triangle shape, and then it leads onto the pentagon shape up here. And that's really good for fast build-up, just moving it around that area, waiting for an attack to come through. And your fullbacks also helping out to make it a little bit wider as well when attacking. So fast build-up does seem to work the best by far. Width, that is up to you. It's quite a narrow formation. Changing the width won't do too much. I just leave it on 5 as default. You don't want to make it too wide. 6 you could go if you want to make it a little bit wider to give a bit more space. But 5 is sort of an average. Players in box, 6 seems to work quite well. Just overloading the boxes FIFA is really good. You don't want to do it too much, then it's going to bring too much players out of position. 6 or 5 seem to work perfectly. Corners on 3 and free kicks, just leave them on 1. For the player instructions, both your strikers, you want them to be able to stay central so they're not moving too much around the front line. You want to be in line with the goal, right in the centre. Make sure you have getting behind and stay forward on both of them. That's very important. Getting behind, make sure they're running, making forward runs behind their defence, it says there. Much easier to pass the ball to them, much easier to score. Stay forward, they're always up the pitch when you need them. They haven't dropped back to help defence because that isn't their job. For the cam, also use stay forward. You don't want them coming back too much. You want them up there to help out the strike as well, assist with them. And getting to the box, of course, very important. Once again, overloading the box works really well this FIFA. That is good. For the sort of left centre mid and right centre mid, personally, I just leave those completely default. I don't really change anything. You can have one as a CDM and one as an attacking one if you want to. But I feel like that makes it a bit too less balanced, doesn't really help the pentagon shape. I just leave them completely default. I don't really want to change them. Even cover wing I do leave on, so a little bit wider. It will still make sure it's in the centre position, but cover wing just sort of covers a little bit more when defending. It helps a little bit. I just don't really change these at all. You don't really want to change them. You don't want to, otherwise it's going to bring the defence out too much. Yeah, so the only ones I've changed so far is these 3 here. On to the centre backs. Now you can either leave these all completely default, which is the most recommended thing. Personally, I just leave these 3 default. But if you want to, you can make the centre one more, slightly more attackers. You could put join the attack. Play strikers just too far. Join the attack if you want to, but I wouldn't really recommend it. Just leave those 3 default. You want them to be proper centre backs. For the full backs, this is a bit different. You want to make sure overlap is on the outside, which is sort of their job. Outside, making overlapping runs. That's quite important there. And because it's 5 at the back, you don't want to use stay back while attacking. Otherwise, that sort of defeats the purpose. Unless you are using it as a much more defensive formation, then go back to stay back while attacking. If you want to use it as a balanced formation or even a bit more attacking, either use join the attack, so you're definitely helping out with the shape in the middle, and they're also going to help out wide as well, or just balance attack to sort of a mixture. When they're attacking, they know when they need to and stuff like that, but they're not up there all the time. So still defending. And lastly, for the last player, goalkeeper, very important tactics here. Comes across and sweeper keeper. A lot of people don't really use these, but they're actually very underrated. Sweeper keeper challenges their defender when they're attackers, when they're on a 1v1 against you. Much higher chance of winning loose balls, stuff like that. Comes to crosses, when they're crossing it in and from their corners, your goalkeeper's going to come up the ball a bit more, reach for it. It's really useful there. So that's it for these custom tactics for the 5-2-1-2 formation. If you like the video, please help me out by subscribing. It's greatly appreciated once again. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.